Moochie is a vanilla and chocolate sandwich. On one side, you got vanilla cream, Jay.
Light caramel,
chocolate mont, and in the middle, you got Moochie smashed up in the middle. How you doing, my brother Jay?
All right. Light caramel sandwich. Light caramel and chocolate sandwich.
Wait, what he say?
Can you hear me?
All right.
You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
Yeah,
you're breaking up. Yeah, we can hear you, but you're kind of in and out.
No, I said a light chocolate and caramel sandwich.
Moochie all on top. Moochie, you better watch out, Moochie. You're going to get diabetes mellitus, all this sugar. That's what you're going to do. You better watch your back. So, J-Mo, what did you think about this episode, man? It's just deeper and deeper into this abyss.
Man, definitely. And another fire episode. I mean, it's just, they're doing a great job showing how all of this took place, the corruption. The cops, man, they don't have a non-snitching code. They telling everything on each other, ain't they? They ain't got no problem letting it loose.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. They tell everything.
They trying to save it. They trying to get their hind parts, J-Mo. They trying to save their own hind part. They don't want no smoke.
Right.
They don't want no smoke.
Hey, you can tell, man. They is not holding nothing back.
Right. And then you got this guy who was underneath the commissioner. Mm-hmm. And he was the head of the police for a little bit. He was crooked too.
And he was crooked. Yeah, in the beginning, I thought he was a solid dude.
He was a colonel at the time when this happened, when he covered up that shooting for Jamel.
Right.
Jamel shot 3 people in 1 year. Mm-hmm. It was like carrying on like he in the Wild West.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he coached them with how to cover it up.
His women giving him information on where drug drops would be, where these guys hang out at. I mean, like G Money said, dude set his clock by pussy. And I was like, bro, I wonder is his STDs set by that same clock too? Because bro,
setting his clock by the cat. Mm-hmm.
He basically was robbing people to trick it off. Just like they showed. That's pretty much what all of them did. Herschel robbed that man, took his little $600 he worked hard for to trick it off on beer and gambling. Like, damn.
Jay, you in and out, my brother. You in and out. So if we say something, we're not speaking over you. It's just that we're here and there.
All right.
That's it.
You may need to go out and come back in.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why you can't hear me at all now.
You need to go out and come back in, Jay.
All right.
You in and out.
All right, I'll be back.
Moochie, talk. My man Ahmed, who got in here and was talking about the very fact of what the optics look like to fly over country white America.
Exactly.
Well, whatever happened, these people probably might have been wrong this time, but they probably was wrong some other time. And Moochie, that is the exact type of sentiment that rubs me the wrong way. I hate when MFers want to be holier than thou about certain things, and then hypocrites about everything else. Hell, everybody is breaking some law, but people want to get mad when laws are being broke that don't offend them, that they worry about, but they get their asses right out here in the street, break laws every day, go down the highway 100 miles an hour in the 35, it's nothing. They do all kinds of stuff. And this is exactly what Ahmad was talking about. When the narrative is dealing with Anglo-Saxons, you have to spin it in a certain way so that it's palatable to them. And at this moment in time, his superior is like, nah, the hell with that. The hell with that. We're just going to go with it. So, Moochie, talk to me about how you feel as the civil rights attorneys are going about their business, trying to catch the GTTF.
They are very strategic with it.
Mm-hmm.
But even though they know they're under investigation, the both of them, G Money, Gondo, and Jamel, they still was like, we gonna just ride this till the wheels fall off.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna follow this journey to the end. And I couldn't understand that. If you knew you was under investigation, why would you fall back?
No, they couldn't help themselves.
Because, right, Jay, jump on in there, Jay.
I agree with you, Jay.
Yeah, they couldn't help themselves.
The money
Greed.
was too fast, Moochie.
Yeah,
the money was too fast, too good, and I believe they did get a rush from it.
Yeah, plus when you get a certain amount of money in your life. Yeah, and when you have a certain amount of money always in your life and you spending it, it's hard to go without that. You know what I mean? Like, he used to that tricking off money and all that.
To come back
now he can't trick off no more.
Getting it,
yeah, so it was hard. You know, they rather go out.
Basically what Jay is saying, y'all, is once you get accustomed to a certain lifestyle, it's very, very hard for you to set your life on a lower plane.
Yeah.
Very hard. So I'm speaking for Jay because he's going in and out. But,
still going in and out.
I mean, he makes a great point. But not... Yeah, you're going in and out. But not only that, but these guys knew they was under investigation and just felt like, you know what? This ride is going to end at some point in time. And hell, I'm going to ride the roller coaster till the damn wheels fall off of it. That's what G Money said.
Yeah.
That's what he was willing. He just basically told you the value of his life is this fast life he's living. And not freedom living on a regular police officer's salary.
Yeah, you got to... I just switched my microphone, so I don't know. It should be better. Is it better? Let me know. But is it not better? Still in and out?
You still breaking up on us, homie.
I must be on this. I don't know what's going on. But you got to remember, if I can hopefully get this out before the breakup, G Money and them is hood dudes. Remember, they grew up in the hood too. So even though they became cops instead of criminals, you still got that criminal element in you a little bit too, because you kind of grew up with knowing that lifestyle, except, you know, now they kind of doing crime behind the blue, you know what I'm saying, instead of like everybody else.
Well, I feel
it's
like
echoing.
He's untouchable.
Yeah.
That's what he was feeling.
I don't know what's up with my stuff tonight.
Yeah, Jay, you in and out, my man. Now we getting an echo. I don't know, but what basically, like Jay was saying, man, these dudes, they came into the police force, and once they got into the police force, they decided to be professional criminals. You know, we're going to be higher than thou. We are the people. We are criminals. We're able to be criminals because we are protecting the people. Okay? Wow. So now, Moochie, let me get you on over here to this. Jensen goes and wires G Money car. But before she go wire the car, her partner was, why didn't he was trying to show some gentlemanship, Moochie, by saying, should he go do it? And Jensen's like, dude, F you. I'm a 2000s woman. I don't need a man to do nothing for me. And not only did she get the wire in the car, but she came back and then she kind of threw a backhanded flirt at him. Yeah. Take it, Moochie.
Look, I thought that was funny. Oh, did I mess my hair up?
That Jensen tough, man. She playing the hell out of her role. Everybody's doing a good job, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody on this cast is doing a great job.
Definitely.
J-Mo, we got you back.
All right, I've been over here trying to figure it out. It's better now. It's back messing up again, ain't it?
What did you think about her?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that she definitely doing a good job. I mean, she even playing the flute while she at work.
Man.
It's back messing up again.
Just hold tight, man. I'm gonna keep coming back to you anyway. So Moochie,
let me try to leave and come back.
There he went. Okay.
having technical difficulties right now. I gotta go out and try to restart this computer and come back. Hopefully everything is working better when I return. I don't understand what's the problem with this computer connection. So hopefully this restart will help solve whatever this issue is. Maybe it's an internet issue. We'll see. It's almost reloaded. That's one thing with these new computers, boy. It's like take forever to load up, like they on dial-up or something. Alright. Let's say install an update. Everybody know I be having way too many damn tabs open on my computer too. Alright, let me get this back loaded up. Alright, loading it up the StreamYard. And I'm back.
They brothers, you know, like, and now that Jay said it, they were hood dudes. So you violating your own people.
Moochie, let me tell you something. Oftentimes, your own people will violate you for their survival. And I'm talking, this goes back anywhere in history. You have an oppressed group of people. They see the people oppressing them, like a select few of them, because that select few does all shucking and jiving to appease the oppressors. And so the oppressor treats them as though you one of us, until they had to remind you, no, you are the person we are suppressing.
Exactly.
And these dudes got comfortable. They got in there. They was helping Wayne and Allison and all them make all this money. They was giving them leads and tips. They was contributing to the machine. And they still wasn't getting their fair share of criminal money. They was getting robbed by the very people they was helping rob other people.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, like just getting robbed. J-Mo, jump on back in here, brother.
All right, I done tried to do a little reset. Hopefully it worked. I don't know. It sound better yet? I guess not.
Yeah, you good
now.
now.
Much better.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So yeah. Said So I know some people think about this stuff in politics or whatever, but you can't. It's still messing up.
Damn it.
It's just not my night.
Damn it. Damn it.
Damn, man.
See, our people ain't treating our people right now with the internet.
You ain't lying, man. I don't know what the hell going on over here. I done reset. I'm on the right internet. I don't know what the hell going on, man. Seem like when I ain't talking, it's working. And
ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back to J-Mo in a minute. So, Moochie, did you see how Allison brought his damn son? This dude was sloppy, Moochie. He was sloppy.
How could...
veil of we're fighting crime. And when we go Dunkin' Donuts, people are going to say, thank you for your service, not knowing that these motherfuckers is the most crooked things on earth, using their power to do crime, but get the vindication in public by media and politicians of they're just fighting crime. But what bothers me, Moochie, is it bothers me that the people who became villainized was always the poor, hood, black dude. That was the face of crime.
Square.
That was the face of crime. When this dude right here is robbing these folks, brought his damn son. Was his son even a police officer?
No.
His son wasn't a cop?
Take your kid to work day.
Oh, wow. I thought his son was a cop.
No, he said he brought his son to work that day. I guess it was take your kid to work day.
Yeah,
and
I heard that part, but
him,
I thought, wow.
They got rid of him, Jay, because he was sloppy. Rayum even said when they was doing the interview, he wasn't stealing the way Wayne Jenkins was stealing. He was very, very sloppy, so sloppy you bring in your family. So I wonder, are they going to give us more into the backstory of what Allison? What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely seemed dirty. And probably worse than Wayne Jenkins, because he wasn't even sharing as much as Wayne was. At least he was robbing from everybody else, and he broke into this house with the main point of robbing them. It wasn't even no police, work. Yeah, so like he was like a robber, and that was even worse. Taking it to a whole nother level. So, oh no, there's all type of problems tonight. Alexa, stop.
Moochie. Like Jay said, talking about cops and robbers.
I'm back.
The cops done became the robbers.
Right.
Okay, Jay back.
No, go ahead, Moochie.
With this whole thing, they look how much money they found.
Woo!
Good God Almighty, $416,000.
And they could have just took 100,000 and kept it moving, but they took it all.
I think they didn't take it all, did they?
Did they take it all?
They left 50 G's.
I think they left. Yeah.
Oh,
they
damn.
left 50 G's and took the rest.
Damn.
Yeah, they cleaned them out.
What about that rich brother that they had? That was a car salesman or whatever, and they took all his money.
We're gonna get to him.
Boy, that was dirty, man.
And that was Jenkins. That wasn't Allison. That was Jenkins.
And the dude with the Impala, he got robbed. They robbed his paycheck, kept him in jail for 2 days.
Right, lost his job.
Made him sign a waiver saying that he can't sue the city of Baltimore. Released him, and he lost his job.
Yeah, and his car.
And the car got repossessed after the fact.
And probably gonna have to move. So they hurt him all the way.
That set him back all the way because he was already living from check to check.
Yeah, because he was only getting paid $600, so he was already struggling.
Bruh. And if you've been poor, which I have, I'm from the hood, sometimes it just seems hopeless. I mean, it's like you're working a regular job, and all you make in a month is $650. Hell, that can barely cover anything. And you feel like you're on this hamster wheel, and you don't know how you're going to get out. You're trying to do things the right way. You got all these temptations and enticement in your face. Then you've got oppression, suppression, and depression all around you in your living quarters. And I mean, this could have really set this dude back and made him mentally insane what they did to him. What you think, Jay?
Man, you hit it right on the head, man. Like, man, when you live in paycheck to paycheck, I mean, I really ain't never not been. But I try to do the best I can. But, man, you can't afford to have one of them checks come up short or missing. You can't blow it like that because you already, if you at paycheck to paycheck level, you already at the lowest you could be, one step away from homelessness or losing your car or all of the above, because without your car, you can't get another job. You can't go to work to get another, paycheck or do something. You know what I mean? So that car is damn near more important than that house, because you can sleep anywhere. But if you don't have no way to get back and forth to work, you show. It was a time with my car. Yeah, I was in not living here too long, and I only had one car, and my car broke down. I couldn't afford to get it fixed, but that's why I always believed in relationships with people. And a guy that I had befriended at the bar one night through a mutual lady friend of ours, it turned out later, I'm glad I did, because he was able to fix my car, and I was able to give him half. And he trusted me that when I did go to work and make the rest, that I'd pay him back. And when I got paid, I was calling him like, hey, I got your money, where, I was happy to pay him. I don't understand why people duck you when they know they owe you money. Like, I will be happy to pay you when you looked out for me in my time of need. Like, I want to show you invested in the right one. I appreciate it. And I was calling him happy, boy. He saved me.
Jay, let me put this out there. Jay. To this day, there's about 5 people that owe me a combined $2,000. To this day. And these people borrowed money from me when I was in a tight spot trying to get a business running. So I guess they felt like, we're going to ask Lamont because, he just got this loan for this business, and we're going to tell him we can get him back. And Jay, they did exactly what you said. They was ducking me like they was somewhere playing Jack Go Under the Candlestick in the roller skating ring. I mean, places I would normally see them, they would be disappearing. When I do see them, it'd be a quick, hey, how you doing? I got your money coming. Yeah, right. Stuff like that. And so I started a new policy. You ain't getting no money from me unless you sign a legal agreement that puts your Social Security on it. So that you don't give me my money, I will finish destroying your credit.
I hear that.
Because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as debtor's jail unless it's child support or you owe the IRS. Those are the only 2 reasons your ass will go to jail over money in this country.
Right.
And, so what Jay is saying is absolutely right. It was just a mess. It was a mess.
I got somebody that owed me like $200, but they ended up bringing me a bunch of business that amounted to, a few thousand. So I'm like, damn, should I trip on the 200 or should I just be like, forget it? You made it up and bringing me the business.
Right.
I let it go.
So, ladies
but I
and
didn't
gentlemen,
want to.
We've got up in this building. Can we get 85 likes, please? 85 new subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed to JAYMOOREREVIEWS channel or Moochie's channel, they put out great work. And soon, June will be here, and I'll be back to putting out 4 or 5 videos a week. I'll be off my little vacation. I'm going to be doing P-Valley. I'm going to be doing The Boys. I'll be having my guests rotating back in. Jay, Moochie, Larry, B.A. crew will be coming back through. K, all the crew that you guys are used to from this channel, even my wife, will be back in June, so just bear with us. And I will say this to you guys. In light of all the bad we've seen from this show, they did have 2 bright spots that worked for good. You had K-Stop, and you had this professor, this retired cop who was teaching the new kids right here. He basically called bullshit on Ronald Reagan's term, the war on drugs.
That's
what
true.
He did.
That is a fact, though.
He called he called straight bullshit on it, and basically said you're letting the police become weaponized. You're making it so the very people, the citizens of your nation, are criminals. You're dividing the nation.
Yep.
Right? Oh, talk to me about this dude, man. He's one of ours. He's working for us. He's trying to teach these new breed to do the job and do it right. Uh-oh.
Jay?
You still there, Jay?
Oh, I didn't hear you. I guess I'm in and out.
yeah.
I had to switch to AT&T, so I don't know. Is it better or worse or what?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good right now. You good right now. Yeah,
All
we
right.
can hear you. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, man, he definitely kept it 1,000 right here when he was talking, man, and how he had to lead a force with all the stuff going on. But you know what he said about the war on drugs, a straight 100 right there, because you can never stop the war on drugs. People, human beings, have been using substances to alter their state since existence. You know, whether it's fermented drink. I think they found marijuana. They did find marijuana in pyramids and different stuff. And not pyramids, in the what you call it? The what do they call where they had the mummies?
The tombs.
The tombs. Yeah.
The tombs.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you know, people have been doing things, whether it's ayahuasca or cactus, peyote. It's just something that human beings do. Never gonna stop. And America is the biggest drug pushers in the world. Look at the pharmaceutical industry. They got drugs and all this food that people can't stop eating because it messes with your mind and, you know, make them endorphins and pleasure sensors go off. Sensors go off in your head. That's why you can't stop wanting to drink that pop or soda or that certain foods you know you shouldn't be eating because it's messing with your mind. You know, they got scientists that work on this food. It ain't just a chef. They got scientists that make these flavors and foods and stuff. You know, the drug pharmaceutical company, man, they got this HBO documentary, the biggest crime or whatever ever done or something. I forgot what the name of it is, about the opioid epidemic and how that was created. I mean, why these businesses and these white-collar criminals are not getting the same treatment as the dude with the dime bag? How many lives did the Sackler family destroy, you know, with that? And yeah, they got fined like a couple $100 million or whatever the case, but they make so much money every year. Plus, that was spread out over a time period for them to pay.
Yeah, they probably had payments to make.
Yeah, they got payments. And so they make more money still every year over the payments. It ain't even no loss. You know, and they still get to keep all their mansions and money and stuff and do whatever. And I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, they took their name off the wall of a couple places they donated. So what? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, so you still got your freedom.
Yeah.
You still get your freedom.
That's why the war on drugs is trash. I'll just say this last part. That's why it's trash. Exactly. Go ahead.
That's the fact you speaking. It didn't become a war on drugs until it ended up in areas that it wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
Non-urban areas like Wall Street, in the suburbs where Kathy and Marsha be. So you know,
Becky,
right?
Yeah,
Becky,
when they coming over the bridge,
right,
and getting some stuff from Raheem and stuff.
Right. But also, we all know Snowfall, they made the damn drug crisis and then decided to put a war on something they created just to take all the money out the black neighborhoods, basically, because if you make money, when they arrest you, they confiscate it. Even if you're not the Wayne Jenkins to steal it, where you think that money go when they take it? It go into the policeman retirement fund. You know.
Yep. So they getting it regardless.
They getting it regardless.
And then, not to mention that they tax the ill-gotten gains.
Yeah.
I thought this was about law and order. It makes no sense that something that should have never been legal, how the hell you as the government get to tax that and tax the person on something that's supposed to be illegitimate? I mean, people think about this craziness, man. And I'm going to let Moochie jump on in here and this to say, J-Mo hit a point that I'm always complaining about. Don't be a hypocrite about laws that get broken and you don't like them. If you're gonna be a straight arrow, be a straight arrow. Feel some kind of way about all of them. And this is why I say this, because you have so many people that get mad because they think that something should not be a law. And you know what? A lot of times we can agree with that. But don't get mad at Little John because he want to smoke weed and you getting drunk and you thinking, okay, well, my form of drug is good.
Right.
But Little John smoking some weed, nah, fuck that, no.
Right.
God wouldn't want that.
Yep.
Don't you think God wants your ass out here drunk driving and shit like that? No, stop it. Don't be a hypocrite. Mm-hmm. And then you got all these bodybuilders out here using performance enhancers, in the government, becoming fucking Republicans, and a lot of them is in the police department, have the nerve to tell you, yes, I'm law and order, I'm living a good life, I'm doing the right thing, I'm policing you. But you're sticking the fucking illegal needle up your butt and then got the nerve to tell me how to live my life. Yeah. Okay? Just stop it. Be a straight arrow. If you're going to be like, my drug, my choice, that's illegal, should be legal, then vouch for everybody that wants their drug of choice legal too and stop being a damn hypocrite. That's the problem that bothers me. And like Jay said,
they got to stop moving the goalposts. That's what happens. Every time we get caught up with stuff, they move the finish line to something further down and change the rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always.
Always. Yeah. And think about it like you say, the hypocrites. How many judges and lawyers and court systems and police officers' career was made off of busting people for bull? You know what I'm saying? And they up here, busting people, putting people in jail, death penalty or on death row, and we later find out they didn't do it. A Wu-Tang member from the studio just got released after 21 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit, and now New York City had to pay him $7 million. So, like they should have been did the right thing and do their due diligence, but a lot of people don't realize that they people too, and they get lazy, and they hypocrites, and you know what I'm saying, they shady, and they probably could have did more work to find out who killed it, but we got this brother, and that's good enough, and move on. He might use, like they said, he may not have did this one, but he probably did something else. Well, that ain't how the law works. Yeah. That's
the way they try to justify things.
Yep.
Right.
And like they say, weed ain't a drug, and people die more from drunk driving than they do from weed driving or weed related incidents. How many people they have from drunk driving accidents or cirrhosis of the liver, but because alcohol is legal, like you were saying, Lamont, or cigarettes, how many people has died from cigarettes? Like, that boy kills you like it ain't no joke. They even call them cancer sticks. But, you know what I'm saying? But that's legal. Hell yeah, because it's legal. And so that puts you in that position of where if you at a place where your job may drug test you, as if because you smoke weed, you gonna rob the joint. You know what I mean? I can see if you a heroin or a crack addict, you need help. You may not be able to do certain jobs without, maybe because of the expense and the nature of those drugs. You may want to rob or do things to support that habit. But weed ain't even close to that. Not even close to that level. And, we go on and on about that. I don't want to drag it on too much, but yeah.
They also made it a necessity, saying that they wanted to get everything done before Trump got in office.
Yeah, we about to get there in a second, Moochie, so just hold on. And we're going to destroy Trump, Mr. Law and Order President, but was about to let decrees to throw crooked cops in jail, about to let stuff like that across the nation just run rampant when he's supposed to be the law and order president, but we're going to let these lawless police officers run amok. But we'll get there in a minute. So, Moochie, talk to me about this. Wayne Jenkins.
Ronald and Nancy Hamilton.
Go ahead, Moochie.
I like that couch, though.
Their house was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
How did he act like an attorney?
I know, right?
A U.S. attorney at that.
U.S. attorney, the way he was carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so glad that Ronald Hamilton sat in that office and didn't say a word. because he knew it was bogus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. See, one of the things that pissed me off about this and an episode a couple days ago is that they found these people in their car and then didn't have the probable cause to go into their house, but somehow did.
Exactly.
Remember? Yeah, when they pulled over the one dude that ended up getting killed because he didn't have the $10,000 for his supplier, but they found it in his house. When they pulled him over on the street, they didn't find nothing on that car that made him. They talking about, well, let's check your house then since you so clean. Hell no, get a warrant. Like, do your job. Like, what the hell? He gonna say yeah, and then they robbed him. You know, and this dude, yeah, he had some money on him, but that's not illegal, you know, and he allowed them to go to his house. And yeah, I know it's a catch-22 situation, and they took him and tried to grind him. He got money. He knows better. He could have been like, I need to talk to my lawyer. That's
what I didn't understand.
Yeah, that would have been the only thing I would have had to say.
You look like he looked like he have a lot of money. Why wouldn't he call a lawyer?
That's all I would have been saying when they questioned me. You know, you this, that, da, lawyer. Oh, you know, we got da, lawyer. You know, he, lawyer. Like, that's it. And, you know.
So, I don't want to tell y'all the full story, but there was more to this guy and what happened than what they showed. So I'm going to leave it at that till the season is over with.
Okay,
so they did say that he had a drug past.
He did.
They said he had a drug past. He did his time.
He did.
Now he's doing the auction cars because that's what he was doing. That's why that money, sometimes that money, that business is a cash business.
Oh, yeah.
So
it is.
That explains for all the money that was in his house.
Right.
That explains the knot that he had in his pocket. He could have been coming back from an auction.
Yeah, especially during tax season, you would have a bunch of cash.
Oh, and I have bought, when I was doing the cab business, I got 2 cabs from police auction in Greenville, North Carolina. Big time. You know, that's where I got one of my Impalas from. Police auction. So
I bought 3 cars from the auction in my life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And so now Moochie and Jay, I'm going to get you here. So, Jay, one of the other 2 officers in this whole thing that was actually doing his job and believed in everything G.I. Joe said as a kid is this dude, K-Stop. Now, I thought they was going to try to intimidate K-Stop or beat him up. But for whatever the reason, when he said, hell no, I'm not with this criminal stuff y'all trying to do, they just tried to play it off. Jay, what was going on with them? Why did they accept K-Stop's belief in doing truth, justice, in the American way, and Wayne Jenkins then deported him to a new unit?
Yeah, they ain't accept it, but they had to play it off because they didn't want him to start investigating. But that was a bad way to do it. They should have just done it as a regular conversation while they driving in the car if they was going to test him. But to stop, pull over, get out the car, and kind of have him in the 211 right quick and ask him, what do you think if this, that, and the other happen? And then when he say what he say, get back in the car. Well, what we come and pull over for this for? So that would have made me think something was more than what it is. And that's some stuff like, I don't want to say it like that, but that's some
in the car too.
Yeah,
I got what you're saying, Jay.
Yeah, but there's some like Illuminati type stuff, like in the sense that to get to certain levels in this stuff, they test you. And so depending on what you say, you'll get to certain things. And he said that. And, of course, they going to play it off and say that's what we wanted to hear, knowing damn well that ain't what they wanted to hear. But he never got to move on up and get to the, you know, different things they had going on, whether it was, you know, robbing overtime pay, because they like, you know, said G-Money. They was doing like maybe 5 hours of work a day, and they was saying they was doing overtime, 5-6 hours work of overtime. Man, they wasn't even barely at work.
Did you hear how much he made in one paycheck? $8,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, and they was robbing.
Yeah,
robbing.
I mean, that was just greed that took over from that.
You ain't lying. $8,000 every 2 weeks. That's good money.
Ladies and gentlemen, a capitalistic system harbors greed. Make no mistake about it. Just make no mistake about it. I'm not saying that the capitalist system is wrong, but I am saying that there are flaws in this thing, and it harbors greed. It completely harbors greed. There's no such thing as, okay, I've made enough money. Let me see what I can do to give back to somebody else, And especially with these bums, they could have been straight just scamming the overtime system, not even robbing people. They could have just been doing their job, scamming the overtime system. You making $8,000 in 2 weeks and only been at work for 3 hours?
Yeah, I know. That's a
coming
robbery.
Coming in at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. That's booty, man. And now, Moochie, I'm to your section, my sister. Take a look at this from my girl, Nicole. Take a look.
But in light of the outcome of the presidential election and Trump's impending installation of Jeff Sessions as Attorney General...
Simply put, Sessions is not going to support any consent decree anywhere. We need to get this done before Trump is inaugurated on January 20th.
I agree.
Because he wasn't going to support none of that stuff.
No. But he claims he was the law and order president. But what people don't understand is, and people who turn a blind eye to it, he's law and order for the people who are in his position to be in power and be crooked.
Right.
Because he was as crooked Donald Trump was as crooked as the letter S. And everybody surrounding him was crooked too. And Jeff Sessions, as much as I would like to rag on him, he done the right thing, recused himself from several different affairs, and even wind up stepping down. I have to tip my hat to a little bit of integrity for Jeff Sessions said, I'm not sticking around for this shit show.
Boy.
But they're having this meeting with the new incoming mayor, Moochie, because they want to get this thing going so they can get these guys arrested, pinned down, and make an example to other cops. Don't be in here doing wrong business. And you got one sister in here working and the social programs, which is fine. She's worried about programs that the budget of this decree is going to cut from young black males. But I have to agree with Nicole. Okay, what we're doing is going to help young black males too. It's a full circle. And then you have one guy in here who was worried about the budget, and who's lining his pockets, obviously? Private business. Because the first thing that came out of his mouth was, we have to protect and have money in this budget for private business. So you had one person worried about the social programs and poverty, and then you had one guy worried about the business and what's going on, and it all fell onto the head of the police commissioner, who was legit. He was on our side. Now, could he have done more? Yes. But did he stick his neck out? Yes. And having said that, Moochie, they asked him to fix the budget if they're going to do this decree. And I can tell you where the money could come from, Moochie, but I know you know, so I'm going to ask you. Where can he get the money to get this degree done from?
From the money that them officers stole?
That and all that overtime pay they were stealing.
Yep.
So jump on in there, Moochie.
This whole thing, they had to act fast because the powers that be, if they do come in there, they're not gonna help the community. He was not for the black community. You heard he said about I think he said something about turds or something. I don't know. You know how he was talking about the trash and how dirty it was there. But anywho, they had their whole court together, and I be also the change of the regime, and they didn't want people that's in charge to get down and get wind to these people that's doing the dirt, so they stopped.
Yep, you nailed it. J-Mo, jump on in there about this meeting that they had with the incoming mayor and the commissioner and board members and all that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely when they was talking about what was going on, it's always people bring up cost for the wrong damn issues, the wrong things, just like they bring up cost on why they can't put armed guards or something in schools. But what is the cost when things go wrong? You know, they talking about the cost and all of this for this, but what is it costing the city? What is it costing the citizens, the police force, by not going to do this? You know, cost is not the only, justification or, criteria for doing something. Sometimes it may cost a little more, but the benefit outweighs the monetary expense. Because the truth of the matter is money is worthless except for what you do with it. And if you're not doing the right things with it, it's not worth the paper it's printed on. I mean, it already ain't worth the paper it's printed on. So, I mean, you got to do what's right. And if they spending all this money in the wrong areas, like overtime for people that ain't even at work, I mean, I guess they don't have to go and actually punch a clock at work and stuff. They could just write on their paper.
Signing in for them and stuff.
Yeah,
they was signing in for them.
One of them was in the DR somewhere, and they was signing. It was like they worked overtime.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
How you on the books function and you getting signed in for working?
Right. Just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. And then we get on to this, man. This is going to be for you, Moochie. They wound up arresting all these bums. They got everything done before Trump got in office. But guess whose palms was getting sweaty, Moochie? Somebody was having flashbacks. Somebody was seeing their life flash right before their Wayne Jenkins eyes. Yo, boy.
Yeah.
Suda. Talk to me, Moochie. Talk to me about Suda.
Bubble guts, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
He had bubble guts where he had to go to the bathroom.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I got boo-boo.
Boy, you had to get to the bubblies.
You know, like they said, Moochie, he was shitting bricks. That's what he was doing. Because he was thinking he was going to be in jail pushing bricks. But jump on in. What do you think is going through his mind, Moochie?
I think he feels like maybe I shouldn't have turned the blinds eye to everything. Mm-hmm. But I think people don't understand when you in the thick of stuff like that, with a job like that, your life is on the line. Certain things, I guess they felt like they had to do to get along. Go along to get along. I'll say it like that.
Right. Also, he's going against the culture more than anything. You know, when you in that police work, you don't want to be known as the snitch or the one like how you K-Stop stood up. You get transferred. You don't get to get promoted. It's like frowned upon. They'll put you out to pasture. Even if you are working, you won't get backup. Nobody don't want to work with you or help you. And that's a dangerous job. You don't want to be like that. So, you know, even like what, I can't remember his name, but he took the money but left it in the woods, he say. He didn't really want it, but he didn't know how to say no, so he took it just so he didn't have to deal with all the other backlash, you know. It's just messed up, that culture.
He didn't want to be viewed as a snitch, like you said.
Yeah, that culture, man, is more powerful than anything, you know, which is why I got a problem with cops that say they good cops, because they don't do the right thing, the good thing, because they don't want to go against the police culture, the brothers in blue. But you shouldn't consider them your brother if they breaking all the laws and rules. You should see them as a criminal like you see somebody that's smoking a joint or, you know, running a red light or whatever the case they may see. You know, they just a criminal in another way. But they don't never see it that way.
But the problem is, Jay, the problem is they can't do that, because if they were to do that, then their family would be put in jeopardy in terms of their livelihood. Brother might have to go get another job. And at the end of the day, people are always talking about, oh, I love my country, this, that, and the third. No, the fuck you don't. If you how much sacrifice is you willing to make for your country? Not just your house, your whole damn country. When you see wrongdoing going on in the police force, and a friend of mine just told me, I put a post up on my Facebook about my feelings toward these people getting shot in this elementary school. And a friend of mine is going to say to me, well, one thing we need to stop doing is demonizing the police. And first of all, I said to him, what the hell do the police got to do with some boy running up in the school shooting him? That's number one.
Right.
And number two, if you really want people to say the right things about the police, then the good police have got to stand up and have a louder voice than the bad police every time they do something wrong. I
agree 100%.
And that's what you got to do. If you really and truly want to change the narrative and you guys want to be viewed as the good guys and all that, when the bad guys do something wrong, you got to stand up for us. And I know a great cop named Terrence. Been on my show a couple of times. He not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk too, and has turned on people doing wrong things to the detriment of almost getting himself in trouble. But how many people going to do that, J-Mo and Moochie? Not many.
Not many.
He's one of the very few. One of the very few. And then in the end, we get Nicole. We learn her backstory. We learned that she grew up in Bethesda, Maryland. I did one of my first YouTube collabs in Bethesda, Maryland. Upscale neighborhood, just like she said. I mean, nothing but nice restaurants. It's very nice in Bethesda. Dad was a judge. There was one of few blacks in the community. The son didn't want to go to college, which is fine if you can find yourself a craft that can take care of your lifestyle, which he did.
Right.
She went to college, became a lawyer. The brother was a handyman doing HVAC, that type of work, and had a run-in with the police because he was going to his home in Bethesda. And, you know, your kind don't look like you can afford to be living over here in this luxury.
Wow.
And those policemen accosted her damn daddy, who was a judge. See, that's what I'm talking about. When the push comes to shove, if they don't know your credentials, as my man Dwayne Wayne said on A Different World, all they see is another nigga. I'll give it to you first, J-Mo.
Yeah, man, that was definitely messed up. But that's what black people have to always qualify themselves when they are dealing with the police. Whereas white folks, even this guy that shot up this grocery store, he was able to walk away. Now, this guy tonight was killed, but, you know, he was able to walk away after even murdering black folks in the grocery store. And we've seen time and time again, a lot of times, that they get treated, even when they know that they are done something major as a criminal, multi-murders even, that they get treated with the respect that everybody should get. You know.
Now, Jay, hold on, Jay. Before you got up here, I told Moochie, when I saw the story about the shooting today, and they said that the gunman had been shot and killed, the first thing I said to Moochie when I saw that, I said, I immediately knew that this dude was not a white person.
Right. That's true.
I immediately knew.
Yeah.
And my wife said to me, Lamont, I guarantee you he's not white.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we know, we see his name and he's Hispanic.
Right. That's true. That is very true. And that's an excellent point. You are 100% right. Hell, how many brothers we seen get killed with nothing or a cell phone?
With cell phones,
or cigarettes. You know, we got choked out over some cigarettes. So, you know, but they don't perceive their own as a threat. Whether it was in Atlanta when that guy killed all those women at the massage parlor, or they took him to get something, didn't they get him something to eat? Or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, man.
Well, they took him to Burger King or something?
I think it was Burger King. Hardy, okay.
Wow. Oh, I thought it was Hardy's.
Well, they still did him better than any of us.
Bunch of people.
Hell yeah. I ain't never heard of the cops going to take a brother to get something to eat. Never.
Me neither.
Yeah, so,
Me neither.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy. And this man is a judge, but to them, he's still a threat and just another Negro on the street that they at war with, because it's a war against the community. And, you know, George Carlin, a great comedian, he just was talking about a lot of this stuff. Well, he wasn't just talking about it, but it was just the HBO documentary that came out with him. It was excellent. And a lot of the stuff he was saying rings true to this day, and how they was all talking about the law and order, this, that, and the Reagan's law and order or whatever. And all of them went to jail, white-collar criminals and stuff. A lot of them committed crimes and stuff. And, you know, these cops, they too busy trying to arrest everybody else for petty crimes, basically, while they doing some of the more serious crimes out there. You got...
exactly.
Yeah, Jamel killing people. They robbing people, getting them killed. You know, breaking into homes, tracking people to rob them. All this stuff. They real dirty. They some serious criminals. And they got a badge and gun arresting people for a stoplight or a bag of weed. Really?
Yeah, like, for a brake light being out. That's
where
it stems from.
Exactly. That's just crazy. Crazy. So
yeah, just nuts, man. Jump on in there, Moochie. Talk to me. How you feeling about what Nicole had to say about her family, what her family went through, even though they was upscale in terms of their finances, that didn't absorb them of being African American.
No, it didn't. And look how the brother didn't even, he don't like police, but doesn't want to become a lawyer. And he was harassed by the police constantly just because the way he dressed, because he wore, I guess, urban attire,
hoodies,
right?
Yeah,
you know,
that's how they'll say it, you know.
Yeah.
To me, it's like
that's cold words.
How did he become so scared? And the hoods they wear, they hide their face completely.
Ski mask.
They hoods is real bad.
You running around here looking like you about to rob a bank.
Mm-hmm.
But see, this is what I want to know, Jay and Moochie. A hoodie becomes vilified, but these MFs running around here with celebrating my amendment and constitutional rights. But that hoodie, that shit is sin. That's the devil. That hoodie is the devil. But my man running around on the street who's not a cop, he's nothing. He's just going to a fucking cosplay for Halo or something, and wires and stuff like he's a cop and a gun cop. That looks freedom. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Stop it. All this programming that has been put into these people, and these folks talking about we don't want no, what are they fighting now? They don't want something in schools that's going to better educate kids on the real history of this country.
That critical race
yeah. They don't want that in school. Yeah.
Right.
And it's not even a thing. But what they're really telling you is they don't want their children to know the real truth about what's going on. You know why? Because they're worried that those kids are going to understand the plight and be more supportive from a voting standpoint of the plight of minorities, oppressed people, and women. That's what they're really telling you.
One thing I'll say...
Sit here and say,
go ahead. I thought you was done. My bad.
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm done. Go
ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, I had to give it up to the German people for how they handled what happened in World War II with Nazis. Because they don't hide it.
Fact.
Yeah, they
Fact.
Educate. They made it illegal to do that stuff. And, of course, nothing is perfect, and I'm sure it's instances and problems. But they didn't run and try to hide or act like it didn't happen. They owned up to it. They educate their youth, tell them the mistakes they made, and made laws where you can't even go down that path no more. And I believe even trying to say certain things is illegal, you know, so.
It is.
Yeah.
You can't be waving those. The way they let MFers wave that Confederate flag here, you ain't doing that in Germany.
Right.
But Jay, here's the difference between here and Germany. The majority of the people in Germany are Jews. In America, African Americans, we only 12% of the population.
Yeah, it's actually going down.
And now it shouldn't matter, you know, the things that incinge and infuriate and cause us harm shouldn't matter about the number of our population, but it does.
Right.
But let's just think, if we was the 50% or greater power in the United States, we probably would have laws in place for that stuff too.
Oh yeah.
As a people, we do have to always be mindful that there are brothers and sisters out there in other communities that support what we're going through, that believe in equality, that believe in things being on the up and up, that hate the political posturing, that hate unfairness because they know human beings created, that support us. And I'm always telling my black people, don't denounce the Anglo-Saxons that are helping us move our narrative. Don't put them in the same basket as the gun force task trace or whatever the hell these badge-wearing crooks were, badge-wearing criminals were. Don't put them in the same category, because they are the voice that gets through to the people that are not going to hear an average black person like me talking. They are the ones in the middle getting them to sway to the wheel of what needs to be done and what needs to be right.
Right. That's why I don't believe in stereotyping anybody or anything. You know, I don't just support all blacks because they black, or all whites are the devil, or all men are this, or all women are that, or do that. That's not a mature way to go through life. You know,
ain't no such thing.
No, you don't just defend or, you know, denounce any group just because. You know, that's not right. And that's what they do. So, you know what I mean? That's how they try to throw away all black folks as criminals or lazy or this, that, and the other. You can't go and do the same type of behavior and expect to have a different result, because you just on the other side of coin of that hatred and, you know, nonsense. So don't stereotype, and like they say, judge people as individuals and treat people as individuals. You know, I treat everybody with respect, but if, you know, you on something that ain't right, I'm gonna have to keep you away. You know what I mean? We ain't about to hang out, you know, and work together and all that, you know, but I wouldn't just say because you're white, I'm not gonna mess with you. That would be wrong. You know, and actually I got a story that really changed my mind. I'll say it real quick, but when I went through my injury and stuff, a lot of people that I know most of my life, family members and stuff, most of them was nowhere to be found. And these old white ladies I never met before in my life came from this church that I never been to and provided a lot of help and care and did a lot of stuff for me that a lot of people that I even know, let alone people, you know, skin folk who ain't kin folk, didn't even call, didn't check to see if how I'm doing or none of that. And these old ladies came through and did a whole lot. And I was like, wow. Now, I don't know their reasons or justification, but I just know their actions. And so I wouldn't, you know, say and judge a person because of stuff like that, because you never know who may be there for you when you need them and who may be there and care for you or help you in life, you know, and you don't want to have that hate in your heart like that. So
exactly. So that is a great way to end this review, ladies and gentlemen. This crew will be back next week for the climactic finale of We Own the City. And it's going to be a barn burner. Go tell your friends, your cousins, and everybody that they hear my sound of my voice. Lamont Tyson's YouTube is about to get cranking right back up next week. Shows is coming back. This was a good show, and I hope that HBO extends this show to a full season, because you're getting entertainment and education all at the same damn time. You're getting a window, a glimpse into what you feel in your gut has been going on behind that badge, inside that police department, that people would tell you you're crazy. This is not really happening. That's not what's going on. You're getting to see that corruption knows no bounds. As long as we're human beings, there's always going to be the potential to be corrupted. But you need to be able to recognize the warning signs, and when you feel it in your gut, be able to make a call. Don't forget to like the video.
Yep. Comment,
subscribe. JAYMO, Moochie, they got channels. Till that next Sex is Hell video, we'll see y'all.
Peace.
Peace.